I just completed one of Minesweeper's hardest challenges, the 100,000 difficulty Minesweeper board. These boards are 2,000 times harder than the average expert board. The board I did was a 5550 board with 640 mines in it, which makes for a 25.6% mine density. Compare this to an expert board, which is a 20.6% mine density, but for every percent you increase the density, the difficulty of it actually goes up exponentially because all of those mines do not give you information onto what is coming next. What's really amazing about this is it only took me 189 tries and 4.3 hours among all of those attempts, which is honestly wild since if you just count up the number of 50/50s, that leads to an extremely small win percentage. Most people will take 500, 1,000, even 2,000 or 3,000 attempts until they beat one of these 100,000 difficulty boards, but I managed to do it in only 189 tries and in 4.3 hours, which is honestly incredibly fast. One of the things that happened in this board is a 17 mine count at the end. So the end of the board, I had 17 mines left, but when I was counting up the spaces, I realized that there were only certain configurations of those mines, so there were actually some free spaces that could not contain a mine. I had to go through a lot of different iterations of that to make sure that I was counting it correctly across all of the different empty spaces. I also saw 8 6s in my board and 4 7s, but weirdly 0 8s. That's something that often in these very dense boards, you get 8s and 9s a lot more often. I also beat 6 50/50 patterns, so there were 6 patterns where it could have just been left or right, top or bottom, and I just had to make a guess. I beat 6 of them in a row. What this does for me is, before I was in the top 10,000 of Minesweeper players, but this raises me up 3,331 spots, so now I am in the top 7,000 Minesweeper players of all time on Minesweeper Online. After this, I plan on working on my beginner, intermediate, and expert level efficiency, and especially getting faster at speed to continue to go up the leaderboard on Minesweeper Online.